划到西非刚果金 Infinity Galaxy 云影团队。
Loading Bitumen Grade 6070 in new steel drum to the West Africa by Infinity Galaxy Operation Team.
Hello everyone, this is Razieh Gilani, the export manager of Infinity Galaxy. Today I'm going to talk about new mutual investment opportunities in China's Belt and Road Initiatives. China's Belt and Road Initiative, or BRI, is a global infrastructure development strategy that was founded in 2013 by China, and it aims to invest in around 150 countries and international organizations. BRI is a major country diplomacy and aims to take the lead on a wider local global scale for the growth and development of China. 140 countries have been joined the project till now, and it is expected to observe more countries to this project. Some of the examples of BRI investment can be seen in ports, skyscrapers, railways, roads, bridges, airport dams, coal-fired power plants, as well as the railway tunnels. According to the World Bank studies, the BRI can increase the amount of trade in the participating countries by around 4.5%, decrease the global trade cost by 1.1 to 2.2%, and it grow the GDP in developing countries in East Asia and the Pacific by an average of 2.5 to 3.9%. Possibility of increasing the world GDP by $7.1 trillion per year until 2040 is expected. Also, the other point can be said that the elimination of fractions and barriers that stop global trade. In May 2014, Premier of China signed an agreement with the Kenyan government to build Mombasa-Nairobi Standard Railway, which will connect Mombasa to Nairobi. The construction cost of this project was estimated about $3.2 billion, and it was considered one of the biggest infrastructure projects in Kenya after its independence. The railway improved the traveling time between the cities, countries' gross domestic product or GDP by 1.5% and unemployment. In 2019, China suddenly decided to stop funding the railway within 75 miles of Nairobi. It signaled that Beijing would exercise more control over the projects. Bitumen in Kenya. There are no operational refineries in Kenya. The only refineries of the country was placed in Mombasa, and it turned to storage facilities in 2013. Therefore, Kenya's required import is fulfilled only through imports. In 2018, bitumen consumption was about 106,000 metric tons. Approximately 97% of these imports came from the Middle East. Furthermore, the most popular type of bitumen would be the grades of 6070 and 8000 in new steel drum packing. It was predicted that the consumption grows by 3% annually, but COVID situation and the pandemic happened in 2020 caused some changes in the forecast when the projects were halted. They are restarting the project once again, and it can expect that a rise of bitumen consumption in the country can be seen. Kenya doesn't have any oil well, so they do not have any refineries to produce oil products either. Hence, the best solution in terms of speed and cost is to import the bitumen from Middle East and Persian Gulf. In this diagram, you can see that Kenya doesn't have any production, while the consumption in 2024 is estimated to be over 120,000 metric tons per year. BRI projects in Nigeria. The construction and opening of the Abuja-Kaduna railway line took place on July 27, 2016. It is one of the standard railway modernization projects in Nigeria. The business centers of Nigeria will be connected to the center of economic activity in the northwestern part of the country through this railway. The Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, it is the only refinery in Nigeria, Kaduna, that produces bitumen. Although this refinery has the capacity to produce about 800,000 metric tons per year, it cannot produce a significant quantity as it is usually processed light crude oil. It had been expected that producing these small volumes of bitumen would continue. Despite the rich natural bitumen reserves, Nigeria cannot explore and process the gilsonite due to weak infrastructures. In 2018, it was estimated that Nigeria's consumption would grow by 1.9% a year. Obviously, the projects are just started after the COVID, and the required amount of bitumen and asphalt is suddenly increasing. To meet the local bitumen demand, the country is forced to import. Approximately more than 90% of bitumen in Nigeria is imported. Most of the imports come from Ivory Coast, Europe, and the Middle East. The import level might reach over 370,000 metric tons up to 2024. BRI projects in Egypt. China and Egypt were among the countries that had close cooperations since a long time ago. That's why Egypt was one of the oldest members participating in this project presented by China. Some of the BRI projects in Egypt include Chinese industrial area in the Gulf of Suez, an electric train system for its new capital, and the investments in the Western Sahara. Since Egypt has a close diplomatic relation with China and a convenient geographical location, it is considered a crucial member of BRI. Bitumen in Egypt. Egypt has three main refineries. The first one is Alexandria Petroleum Refinery, and the next one is Ameria Oil Refining. They are both located in Alexandria, and the capacity of production in both of them is estimated over 330,000 metric tons per year. The other refinery, Anas Petroleum, which is located in Suez, has the capacity of production over 400,000 metric tons per year. In 2018, the bitumen production was estimated at 750,000 tons. Currently, the domestic production of asphalt and bitumen has increased by 50% to supply construction and road projects. It is expected that the amount of production remains the same from 2022 to 2024. BRI projects in Djibouti. Djibouti is one of the members of BRI, which has borrowed about $1 billion from China. It can cover 40% of the cost of infrastructures. According to BRI, Ethiopia and Djibouti are currently bridged by Addis Ababa-Djibouti Railway and the Ethiopia-Djibouti water pipeline. Economic relations between China and Djibouti are not limited to these projects. China has built a military base and deployed ships from South Sea Fleet. It is believed that the anti-piracy efforts in the region have increased the capacity to support BRI. Bitumen in Djibouti. Some of the projects in Djibouti include a 30 megawatt peak solar plant that will be located in southern Djibouti, Grand Barra desert area in 2022, second Djibouti Power System Interconnection Project, which cost $55 million in 2022, and the Ethiopia-Djibouti Transport Corridor Project Phase 1. And the one more was an airport project. There were only several projects of Djibouti, and all of them require huge amount of bitumen and construction material. Therefore, the consumption of bitumen and related products will surely increase. BRI projects in Ethiopia. The Addis Ababa-Djibouti Railway gradually replaced Ethiopia-Djibouti Railway through a contract signed with Chinese companies. Bitumen in Ethiopia. Building a railway between Ethiopia and Djibouti increased bitumen and asphalt constructions in Ethiopia. There isn't enough data about the level of import and export, but the experience shows that it has a decent level of imports. BRI projects in Sudan. Sudan is also enjoying several new projects, including building roads, ports, railways, in addition to repairing the oil instructions. Most of the popular grades in Sudan are asphalt cement or AC. AC10, AC20, and AC30 are the commonest grades. Sudan economy is evolving at a higher speed. Therefore, the road construction is increasing. Developments are more visible in southern areas and the center of Khartoum city. The main product that is imported in this country are crude oil, fuel oil, petroleum residues, bitumen, and machinery. BRI projects in Uganda. China financed two important hydroelectric projects in the region, Karuma Hydropower Project and Izimba Hydroelectric Power Station. In addition to Entebbe International Airport and Kampala International Airport, to support the projects, 85% of the project was provided by China, and the remaining 15% was funded by Uganda. Bitumen in Uganda. The country mainly relies on the imported bitumen. The ports such as Mombasa in Kenya and Dar es Salaam in Tanzania are the regions that the country receives the cargoes. Uganda's bitumen is mostly imported from Middle East too. But why Africa mostly imports its bitumen from Middle East? You may wonder why most of the African bitumen imports are from Middle East while there are European countries, Bahrain also. Here are the three main reasons that we are going to discuss about. The first one is pricing. The Middle East price is more feasible as it is 20% lower than the global price of bitumen due to the political and economic restrictions. The second reason is shipping. European countries can supply the northern part of Africa easily, but it will be expensive and costly to supply eastern and southern parts because the vessel has to pass Suez Canal to reach the destination. Bahrain, though has a feasible shipping price, it doesn't produce enough bitumen to supply Africa. UAE, on the other hand, has both enough bitumen and shipping facilities. Jebel Ali port is the second port of the world which normally faces the highest congestion because of its constant services. Generally, West Africa is an appropriate and quick choice for import to Africa because of having proper marine services. The third reason is packing. Europe and Bahrain prefer bulk bitumen supply. Therefore, they almost don't have drums, while Middle East has all the packings including bulk, new steel drum, and jumbo bags. To supply bitumen to the central parts of Africa, the bitumen should be transited. Yet, there isn't enough infrastructure for transiting bulk bitumen, and it will be much easier to move and send bitumen in drums and jumbo bags. Why Infinity Galaxy? I have to say that our company main policy is to have a clear implementation, which is the main concern of each export. Several African markets also requires a special document for the customs clearance. Infinity Galaxy team has been in the African market for about 10 years. Our experts observe every bit of detail in the documents to ensure that document packs are as they should be. Our finance department also manage all the payments within the accounts in Dubai and Turkey to minimize any risk in payments. Our sales and support constantly update the clients with the film and photos of the cargoes to keep the customers posted with the status of their orders. Our mission is to help our customers to have the best purchasing experience. We publish weekly updates about the market trends and changes to help them make the best decision in the best time and conditions. Thank you for listening.